in the watch field, we try to rebuild and give people what they want. You know, try to give them their dreams as well.
Right.
And where do you see like the clientele? You know, do you see any correlation between the clientele? Again, you know, we have mechanical timepieces where we have, you know, parts working in perfect symphony, you know, together, or they don't work. And we can, same thing, we can have a very upset customer if it doesn't work. Do you see the same kind of thing?
It's 100% the same.
Yeah.
I mean, my whole goal not only is to build toys, really, but it's the customer relations. You know, I mean, that's a huge part of it.
It has
That's
to be.
why I encourage everybody to come in all the time, as much as they want. You know, if they ever have a problem, whenever. If they have the car for 3 years and I don't hear from them, they have a problem, just call me. You know, that's, I mean, we're huge on that here. And we fix it and give it right back to them.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, there's no questions. I don't care what they did. But yeah, I mean, it's a huge part of it. You know, and then they'll be back. You treat them great, they'll be back.
That's one thing I found too, doing a restoration. I see people, they want everything documented. You know, where I'll take the watch apart and I'll have all the parts laid out, everything documented on the watch, how it's going back together. Some people even ask for videos that we've done, like a time lapse of how the watch goes back together, components I've changed, you know, stuff like that. So I assume you probably get the same questions, don't you? They want to see pictures along the way?
Yeah, I mean, I hired a guy just to take pictures along the way, update the website. So they want to see it built. Yeah. I mean, we'll text them pictures during the week. When we cut a quarter off, we'll get a picture. As we're building the car piece by piece, you can see it. If you put them all together, come apart and go back together.
Timeline.
Yeah.
Your timeline of what's happening on the.
Yeah, exactly. You can see what stage it's in, if the body work has started yet. You know, how close to paint. I mean, that's really part of it. To keep them involved, you have to keep them involved to keep them excited.
Exactly.
To make them want to finish the car.
Yeah, that's got to be a scary thing too when you start something and you know it's not going to be done for a year. You know, something like.
It's not scary to me, but to them it has to be. But keeping that interest and letting them make the decisions,
yep.
You know, some of the decisions, or guiding them into the right decisions.
I do the same thing.
You know, since you build the same car almost the same way all the time, it makes it easier. You know, like a Nova and a Camaro and all, it's a car and you want all that modern stuff, but just to guide the customer to the good products, you know, and steer them away.
And the same thing, you can probably steer them away when you know they're going to make a mistake.
Yeah.
You know, I do the same thing on a watch. You know, if I know, you know, well, I want to change the hands. No, you don't want to change the hands because you want to keep the vintage look of it. We have a lot of the vintage stuff, nobody wants them refinished anymore. 10 years ago, we were polishing everything and changing everything. And, you know, now it's just entirely different.
Yeah, you can't build one of these cars and then put the old school mirrors back on.
Right.
It'll ruin the whole project.
Yeah.
It'll ruin the entire project. Just two little pieces will ruin the whole thing. And
that's where it comes into where you have to steer that customer.
Right.
You know, it's a delicate steering too. We cater to our clientele. We have to, and but it gives me a satisfaction as well. You know, anytime I can present something to somebody and say, you know, here's your timepiece restored. You know, it's a different kind of satisfaction. You hate to see something leave, but I never want to see it again either.
Yeah, actually, the orange one that you guys saw out there, the customer hasn't seen it fully together. Mm-hmm. We have a show in 2 weeks where we're going to take it and he's going to come and see it and see what he thinks. So,
what is that, 69?
That's the 69.
It's 69, yeah. Yep. And it's again, you know, seeing the cars. I haven't been around them as much as I used to, and it just brings back so many good memories, though.
Yeah, I mean that suspense all updated, the whole entire car, all modern.
Well, I saw the drivetrain was too.
Yeah, it's all computer controlled, everything.
And what motor's in that by chance?
So that's a 525 horse LS3.
Okay.
So, but I mean that's, you know, for the car, yeah, it weighs more than maybe the newer cars. Who knows? They probably weigh the same, but the horsepower. I mean,
yeah, the horsepower is going to
cook the tires right off.
And with the new updated suspension, it's still going to handle, even though you're putting that added weight in the front.
Yeah, I mean, we run Detroit speed. You can take corners at speed. I mean, they're like little slot cars.
That is so cool.
It's like a go-kart. It's oversized go-kart. It's fantastic.
And it still has the vintage look to it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's the best.
That's about it.
I know there can't be any set time to do a restoration or a rebuild like this. You know, what are your projections?
I mean, the least amount of time that I give is a year.
Good.
Unless we're doing, you know, simple engine work, change the trans out, which we do. That's really just to keep the guys busy. But the main builds, year, year and a half, 2 years, because you know they keep adding on.
Absolutely.
Once you get so far and they see how it's coming together, they want more, and then they want more, and that's all part of it.
Do your clients check in? You know, do you send them updates of how the car's coming?
So,
or
yeah, we hired a guy that, you know, constantly updates the customers, constantly updates the website, and I have some that'll stop in every week, even if we're not working on it, which is great because they'll bring coffee and all that stuff. But you know, even if they're not working on it, and yeah, they'll hang out. We'll go over the car. Maybe they'll fine tune it a little bit. You know, we'll bounce ideas off each other. It's
people
have
always
to have that
change
good
their idea
yeah.
because you're working. You can't say you're working with a blank slate, but you're working with a design. But where you limit it, there is no limit, like you said.
Yeah, money is the
Money's
limit.
the limit.
Money's
there
the
you
limit.
go.
Yeah.
I do restorations on antique watches as well. I'm working on mid '60s Rolex Daytona. The watch is valued at almost close to $500,000, and those people want that watch to look like it was never touched. Where this is a totally different thing. This is where the car looks like, on the exterior, it looks like it came out of the showroom, but there's nothing underneath it that does.
No, I mean, we build them to get beat on.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we delivered one to one customer, and the first thing got in and just smoked it down the street.
I love it.
That's it. I mean,
that's got to be a satisfied of you to do.
That's what we build them for.
Exactly.